Welcome to the Big Bong Theory Podcast. Ready for another cosmic journey into a mind-bending tale that'll leave you wondering what's real?
Always.
This time, we're diving into Glitch in the Penal Code, a story about Leo, a tech-savvy inmate wrongly convicted, stuck in isotope penitentiary. Or, the ISO, as it's, well, kind of creepily known.
Yeah, this one's got a real Black Mirror vibe, doesn't it?
Definitely. You sent this one our way, drawn to that blend of sci-fi and suspense it has going on, and honestly, we think it's right up your alley. Gives you those aha moments while keeping things super engaging. And trust me, this isn't your run-of-the-mill prison break story.
Not even close. This is about a prison that itself is breaking down. Reality itself is glitching.
Exactly. So, on this cosmic journey, our mission is to unpack the ISO's weird reality through Leo's experiences. We'll follow those escalating glitches he encounters, starting with, like, a floating spork, moving on to a guard phasing through a wall, and then his realization that the prison's whole reality might be fundamentally messed up. Then we'll trace how he tries to understand and even use these glitches, leading to a huge discovery about what his confinement really is.
It's a wild ride. But let's start at the beginning. Leo's first brushes with the ISO's strangeness are pretty subtle, right?
Oh, for sure. Initially, it's all very personal. A flicker in his vision, a guard's face blurring. Easy to see how he dismissed these things as stress.
Yeah.
Especially since he's been wrongly convicted, thrown into this grim place. He naturally starts doubting his own sanity. I mean, wouldn't you?
Totally. In that environment, for a crime he didn't even commit, his mind's already under pressure. Those first weird visuals could easily be hallucinations. But it's the progression that gets interesting. The spork incident, that's where things shift.
Oh, absolutely. A spork just floating there. That's not just a visual blip. It's a full-on impossible event, tangible, even if it's quick. And the fact no one else reacts makes it even creepier. It's not just about his sanity anymore. Now he suspects something's wrong with the world around him.
That feeling of wrongness you mentioned, that's key. That static in the air he talks about. It's like his senses are picking up on something that shouldn't be there. And being a coder, he starts thinking about it through that lens, that idea of reality as an operating system. Suddenly, it's not so crazy.
Makes sense. Someone with his background, they'd look for the underlying code, things acting weird, must be a bug in the system. And these bugs, they get way worse, way faster than you'd expect. Guard Miller going right through a solid door during count. That's not a trick of the light.
It's a jump from subjective to objective. Leo's not just seeing things, he's witnessing broken physics. And Guard Miller doesn't even notice. It confirms for Leo that the problem's bigger than him. It's the rules of reality themselves that are falling apart.
And then we get his scientific side coming out. The coder trying to debug his world, tapping walls, dropping soap. He's basically running diagnostics on reality itself. And then he notices these geometric distortions, like the corridor stretching, like space itself is unstable.
He's trying to find order in the chaos, figure out the limits of this broken reality. By spotting patterns, even if they're inconsistent, he's making sense of the nonsense. That stretching corridor, super unsettling, implies that basic spatial rules are out the window.
Then he links these events to, remember, those fringe science podcasts about simulations, pocket dimensions, stuff that might have seemed far out before. Now it's starting to look like an explanation. That's where his whole outlook changes.
Big time. He goes from worrying about his sanity to worrying about the sanity of the prison itself. Thinking the ISO might be some contained experiment, a sandbox reality, is both scary and kind of freeing. If it's a simulation, then maybe normal rules don't apply, and maybe he can exploit that. The story makes us question the very nature of reality, doesn't it?
It does. Now let's talk lockdown. This isn't your usual prison lockdown. The announcement, totally out there. They say, system integrity compromised. All units, containment protocols. Sounds more like a tech alert than a prison riot.
Right. The language changes everything. System integrity compromise. That's a core failure, not just a local problem. Containment protocols implies they're dealing with something far beyond unruly prisoners. Supports Leo's theory that the ISO is something else entirely.
And then comes the visual proof. Shimmering air, a concrete wall that's buffering, showing pixels of gray, swirling static. It's not in Leo's head anymore. It's reality breaking down right in front of him, like watching the simulation struggle to re-render itself.
It's such striking imagery. It takes those familiar tech terms and uses them to describe something surreal, that buffering wall with its pixels. It's a physical representation of a digital system failing. It makes that whole simulation concept a bit easier to grasp.
Then, in the chaos, his cell door just unlocks. A major system error. Talk about a lucky break. Or knowing what we know now, maybe not so lucky.
It's an opportunity, born from the system messing up. The lock failing is the perfect example of exploiting a bug. Plays right into Leo's coder brain, find a vulnerability, use it.
So he runs straight for the glitching gate. The weirdness in the air gets worse, like he's entering a zone of instability. And then he decides to try phasing through the wall, just like he saw Guard Miller do. Must have been a terrifying leap of faith.
It's pure desperation, fueled by his understanding of this broken reality. He's not breaking through a wall, he's interacting with the simulation itself. That feeling he describes, being pulled apart and put back together, shows how much his perception has changed, how far he's willing to go.
And then, the reveal. He's not outside, not free. He's in an observation room with people in lab coats watching him on screens. The difference between the grimy, broken prison and this clean, sterile room, it's jarring. And the truth hits him.
Seeing those lab coats confirms everything. That pristine observation room contrasts so sharply with the prison, highlights just how artificial his confinement was. Now, it's not about escaping, it's about understanding.
And the explanation they give is bone-chilling. Isotope penitentiary isn't real. It's a controlled reality simulation to study adaptive behavior under extreme stress and variable physics. So his wrongful conviction, everything he went through, just a data point in their messed up experiment.
What's disturbing is how clinical they are about it, studying adaptive behavior, variable physics. They reduce Leo and the other inmates to variables in an equation. His guilt or innocence didn't matter. It's dehumanizing. They picked him for his cognitive profile. His suffering was irrelevant to them.
And then they drop this term, recursive dimensional boundaries, to explain how he escaped their fake prison. Super technical jargon for something utterly bizarre, like they have a term for breaking their make-believe world.
Recursive dimensional boundaries suggest layers within the simulation, realities nested within realities. Leo didn't physically escape. He crossed simulated layers, an unintended consequence of the glitches. It implies the simulation's more complex than they realized.
But his escape isn't a win. It triggers the next phase, defragmentation. And the way they say it, so casually, is terrifying. In a digital reality, it makes sense in a twisted way, getting rid of corrupted data.
Defragmentation, a word we connect with hard drives, takes on a whole new meaning here. It means removing anything that threatens the simulation. Leo. He's a corrupted element, a containment breach, and the system's cleaning up.
And the method? This scanner emitting a low blue light. Not violent, just efficient. Then Leo starts dissolving, flickering, and pixelating, just like the glitches. It's a horrible full-circle moment.
Him dissolving into pixels. Ultimate proof it's a simulation. It directly mirrors the glitches, the system reclaiming its data. His physical form breaks down into the very code he suspected was there all along.
And that last line, that cold piece of code, Error 404, inmate not found. It's so final. Not just that he's gone, but like he never was. Deleted.
That Error 404 is such a cold ending to his story. His imprisonment, his fight for freedom, reduced to a data retrieval error, shows his complete lack of agency, how indifferent his captors are.
So, wrapping up this cosmic journey into Glitch and the Penal Code, what are your thoughts? It blends the anxiety of wrongful imprisonment with the unsettling possibilities of simulated realities.
And it makes you think, right? If our reality is just a super complex system, what happens when it glitches? What if we're all just data points in some experiment we don't even know about? Leo trying to break free didn't make him free. It got him erased. That's scary.
This story might be fiction, but it touches on big questions about reality and our place in it. It sticks with you, makes you question the world around you. Hopefully, this cosmic journey into the ISO sparked your curiosity and got you thinking. Have you ever had a moment that felt like a glitch in your own reality?
It makes you wonder.
It really does. Thanks for joining us on the Big Bong Theory podcast. Until next time, keep questioning everything.
And keep an eye out for those glitches.
You never know what you might find